Before we jump in and start making all these unnecessary adjustments, which I've been guilty of myself, before I start doing that, I really start checking all the basics, and then I dive into that kind of last. And I think you'll find that if you actually spend the time to not just dive in and make all these adjustments, but really get to know your vehicle, you'll find that you can get your vehicle working much, much better, so you have a great time driving it. So we're going to talk a little bit about my vehicle here. We set tire pressure first. We like 15 pounds with this tire. We set our vehicle up as far as a tow setting, we set it at 0. We find towed in or towed out doesn't seem to work good with this vehicle. So we set some of the basic stuff before we start messing with the shocks. The last thing we do is we go out, we drive on some of the course, and we figure out, you know what, is it gonna have a lot of square edge this year? Is it gonna have some big rolling whoops? How's it gonna float through the rocks? Then we start getting into all those fine-tune adjustments and get our vehicle working correctly. Let's go over terrain a little bit. Depending on what you're going to be going over, whether it's rocks, sand, hard-packed dirt, square edge bumps, whatever it is, you're going to want to make those adjustments so that your vehicle works good for what you're using it for. When I've been out there racing, say down in Baja, and we've got 50 miles of huge whoops, and we'd love to be able to take those whoops and just attack them hard. But we know that, on that Baja 1000 course, the other 900 miles is more chop and square edge. So we have to set up those expectations to be like, well, what do we want to do? We want to set it up for just those 50 miles of whoops, or are we going to set it up for the other 900 and something miles of square edge? So we have to make that fine adjustment to say, hey, we're going to do the best we can in the whoops, but it's going to work great in all this choppy stuff. So when we're setting our car up, we really have to look at all the different terrains we're going to be driving in, because you can't really make it work great in all different categories. When I'm making those adjustments, I don't make big adjustments ever. Always small adjustments, try it out on the terrain that I like to drive on and the stuff that I think I can do good on. And then I come back, make it a little bit more adjustment, and I'll actually go to where it starts to feel a little bit where I'm going the wrong direction. Then I can bring it back and really fine tune it to something that's gonna work good for me.